episode of Fiend's Print. Today is episode 30. The Army, the Plan, and the Soul Solution. As usual, we have our usual cast. We have my brain just shorted out. Damn it. We have Shovel playing Cracker, our rogue.
Yeah.
We've got Brett playing Lucas, our lycanthrope pseudo barbarian.
Gotta go fast.
The not lycanthrope, lapine? Funny? Whatever.
Rabbit throat.
Pedantics. Gal playing the Doog Warlock.
I think you meant Void.
Void. My brain is. Listen. Okay. I since we have done this episode, I think I've dropped like 2 fucking doses levels on my ADHD medication, so I am not here. I at least got makeup sleep. Lastly, we have Fefik playing our GM.
Yeah, sure, let's go with that.
Game
Hey.
Master, Dungeon Master, whatever.
No, it was the word playing. I'm not exactly playing here.
You can play as the Dungeon Master. Gotta find ways to torture us.
But you are my friends, I would never torture you.
That's the point of a DM. I mean, wait, none of you heard that yet.
Alright, so legendary items revoked.
Oh no! Anyways.
And here's a corruption mechanic from the Pathfinder Fight of the Righteous.
Now you just turn it into Corey. Don't be a Corey.
I would never. I don't quite have the mindset, thankfully. Oh shit, where's the music? Yeah. Yeah, worked. Right, so who have enough brain power to tell me what happened last time?
I think most of our last episode was just rolling through our contacts list, figuring out who we can reach out to get help from, and, well, reaching out to them. Other key points I can recall from this, our first reach out was the Madame Macabre's Great Circus, who we used as quick and easy transportation to everywhere else we could go to get our information, supplies, and such. There was also, let's see.
First one was Mr. Goodwill, the cat guy that is the
it was
diviner's
guy. Okay.
assistant, and then we called the.
God damn it! All right, sorry. Okay, so it's slightly out of order operation, but go figure. I'm gonna know the cliff notes, but I'm not gonna know the order. And when it's really getting fuzzy, I know. Let's see. So I think our first stop after getting Madame Cobb was well, my brain is thing on the name. The Candlekeep, right? Candlekeep. We went to Candlekeep to start that process as possible with bureaucratic shit. They agreed. Let me actually pull up the handbook. Yeah, we actually, yeah, it's actually listed in things of importance as operation. We got the Wizards of Candlekeep list, although it's not a lot, it'll still help in the grand scheme of things. I think we went to bug the Lord of Stars next, I guess, by this?
Mm-hmm.
And we considered using him as our general, but it was the bottom of the barrel options, considering he had just woke up and not a lot of his forces were ready to fight. So we pressed onward. I believe it was Peculiar.
Hmm?
Who very much irritated Plato because he went to the table basically ready to lose an arm and a leg, and all he got was he lost his fucking tongue again. I think
Sacrifices have to mean something, otherwise they
Well,
are not.
you try living with one arm. God, not that easy. Anyways, we managed to bargain out the middle option for an army since it was better than what we got, and we couldn't convince the entire party to chip in. There was one person who could not budge, so we only got the middle option. Afterwards, I believe, mind you, I think what we put on the table for the merchant was my taste buds, is human form, which, to be fair, we considered a non-problem. So many people did not bat an eye. And, Cracker's voice. Yeah, we can all work around these problems.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Cracker already knows the most important part of the sign language.
Middle finger.
Yes.
And then our last stop we had before things started wrapping up was hitting up the Golden Scribe, which, if you tried to watch our recording from last week, apologies. Fucking copyright companies don't care if you're a non-profit. If you use your shit, they'll gag you with a talk. So some of that was lost. But basically,
Yeah.
we crashed his meeting session quite literally and left gaping holes in his walls, but got him on our cause.
You sure did. So yeah, the previous episode have few minutes of audio missing. Thankfully, just few minutes. Nothing too crucial for the story. I'll be sure to handle the music more responsibly, because if something out of the finale will get cut out, that would be very sad.
I'm sorry, it's unfortunate to say that as much as we love our music, we cannot stand the fucking YouTube music library because it sounds so fucking corporatized. Yeah, sure, we won't get a copyright strike, but it might as well be elevator music.
Which doesn't really fit the mood. Either way, I will simply use the safe music that worked before and didn't claim anything. Thankfully, there's only so many instances left. Also, of course, that's all for the main part of what have happened last time. But what is the reason for all of this?
Oh, right.
So they just gather an army on a whim?
World domination, of course. We're going to have to deal with a demon incursion that really wants to release, and again, I'm paraphrasing here because my brain is getting the key elements but not the details. Big bad evil that was locked away eons ago. Want to open it up, but they need to go get a cracker to do that. And we're trying to head them off at the pass before the full army is made by making our own army and charging it.
Indeed. And that, well, somebody has anything to add?
No.
Well then, with all of these enthusiasms, we can continue then. And so you once again in the marvelous carriage of the marvelous Madame Macabre. And where is your next stop?
Like, I can't even remember what our planned next stop was.
Suggested calling upon the forest and also the Druid Grove.
The druids and the... Okay. Well, which one do we hit up first? The plant huggers? Or the plants?
I feel like if we have a forest on board already, like a forest spirit, the druids might be even more easy to convince. But
Probably. Sure. Okay. We're good.
We'd go to the Wood of Sharp Teeth first, then, where the Dryad and any other denizens associated with her would be.
Is it your course then?
Yep. Let's just hope they don't crash the
And
cart
so-
again.
I mean, what these few trees, after all? Not like it's going to affect any alliances now, would it?
Wood.
No.
Lumber pun.
I mean, so long as we don't hit the main tree of the dryad there, I'm sure it'll be not catastrophic.
Let's not break any trees.
No. I mean, here's hoping Dryad will be of any help and won't be just I'll bark, no bite. Get it? Bark. Huh?
It is so tempting to disconnect you from that one.
No,
What, are you my
that's a
government?
good one.
No, I'm your father.
Thank you.
I'm the one who makes
Don't
the
make him
decisions.
leave.
If you're my father, where my pocket money?
Unfortunately, your banks won't take my pocket money. Plus, my own government barely gives me any pocket money, as is.
Might want to tap chat.
Fair enough. Now, where is it? Well, would you look at that? Aren't we getting popular? 10 minutes in and there was already someone selling something in the chat. Or whatever it
No.
was.
How did that not get caught by the
Presumably, yes.
copy? If we continue on, I gotta go open up the moderation settings and add this to the fucking... I swear to... Hi, Kevin.
Well, that aside, the carriage eventually arrived in the woods. Thankfully, there was a nice clearance, so no collision have occurred.
Oh,
He was
Zhao's
there.
gonna hop out first.
Compared to the last time you saw these woods, they sure look much healthier. Grass is blooming, trees are treeing. No flesh growing out of the ground or such anywhere. It's quite peaceful. As peaceful as the woods could be.
Zhao will start calling out in Sylvan, looking for the Dryad.
It takes a bit, but soon you hear a response. Not in Sylvan, but wind moving through the branches of the I fumbled this one. So one of the trees suddenly start to change in shape as if it would open up like a gate, and from there a dryad would soon emerge. It's nice to meet you again. What was it? Jaws of the old wood. To what do we own a visit?
Wish it were under better circumstances, but Zug need assistance if possible. World in danger from follower of the Laughing Prince.
Who is the Laughing Prince?
A very, very powerful Arcanoloth who once tried to usurp the power of a deity.
We see. What sort of assistance do you require?
To what extent can you reach outside? Okay. To what extent can you reach outside these woods?
We could reach as far as any forest spreads. We won't be at our best in the woods we are not connected with. Still, we shall be there and provide assistance.
Whatever assistance you can provide would be greatly appreciated, even if it's limited to just affecting the terrain or launching wooden splinters across the battlefield. Whatever you can offer, we will appreciate.
So it shall be. You saved our woods once, and so we shall repay you. It will
Thank
take few days, but we shall be where we are required.
Zhao bows his head and does kind of like I won't say curtsy because he's a guy, he doesn't curtsy, but something along those lines as a gesture of appreciation.
The dryad bows mankind before merging back into the tree.
Alrighty, he's gonna return to the carriage and rejoin the others if they didn't follow him, and let them know that the Woods of Sharp Teeth will assist in whatever way they can.
New unit have been added.
Ooh, let's go look at it.
I wonder if the picture works.
I see it, so.
Wonderful.
Those are very much appreciated since they're healing.
Oh, for the stream, since Delta is AFK right now and didn't pull it up, it's Old Woods. After cleansing the woods of Abomination's rat, they are ready to fight at your side. Benefit Nature's Nurture. Cleansing power of the Old Woods can be called upon by you. As an action, you may cast Aura of Life, Mass Heal, or Revivify. Each spell is single use only. Army Strength 10.
That's like... there we go. There was some formatting issue. The name should have been above the picture. There we go. Anyway, it's a small detail, but overall everything else is there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, without the disadvantages of the revision of the 5th edition. The art is nice, at least.
And as far as the mechanics of recruiting these guys, I'm sure if one of us goes down, we will really appreciate that revivify.
Indeed.
I'm sure you will. Because that is going to be interesting. But that for later. What do you do?
I imagine we go to the Druid's Grove next. Seeing as we just acquired the woods to help us.
Oh, hi, Copper. Now, let's see. Too many windows to edit at once. Now, let's see. Can anyone remember where was the Druid's Grove?
I'm not sure we actually put the Druid's Grove on the map itself because it was very, very early on in the campaign. Like,
Isn't it the yellow dot in the forest outside of Neverwinter up at the very top? Or in the middle of Neverwinter, I guess I should say. Or is the yellow dot something else that I'm forgetting completely?
The yellow dot is... Oh, Actually, wait, what was the yellow dot? But either way, they would be in the Neverwinter woods because we went through those woods. No, in those woods was the cabin of the scholar from the first session. Then you went through there, found the Druid Grove through because of the environmental hazards, and then from there proceeded to Neverwinter. So like just general area of the Neverwinter woods. Anyway, no, I can whistle right now. And Delta, are you still away? You appear to be muted. Well, let's give him a few minutes, because we would need some camera work to actually appear on stream.
mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I don't think Zhao fronted for this particular encounter.
I feel like the first time it was mainly Plato, but then when we met the other person, it was almost all Lucas. When we met the other person in the tap of Neverwinter, the other city, Bureaucracy Tower, Candlekeep.
Candlekeep.
So I feel like any of us really, because the other two were also there and participated, and so.
Actually, that was the hag encounter. I think that was the encounter where both Plato and Cracker got downed.
I mean, even if they were downed, they still helped with the fight quite a bit.
No, yes, I'm just saying I think it was that encounter.
That sounds right, because where there was that big stone, basically ledge, but like built stone, so ledge is the wrong word, but the stone ledge thing that we tried guarding them from being able to run up, and they run through us a bit instead.
And to think it was almost a year ago.
Yeah. And I think at that point, I could only do one attack in a turn.
Yeah. So long ago. Fun fact, the whole idea with the Druid Grove and whatnot was intended to be... how can I say it? a buffer, a filler, something like that. Something to put you into before I can prepare Neverwinter. So I just gave myself more time to prepare all the stuff that were there.
Hey, sometimes you need to do that in order to get stuff ready.
Yeah, and I'm glad it worked.
Yeah. Hey, the random little extras that get added to a campaign are what make them all unique and memorable sometimes, so...
The second such encounter was with the bandits. The encounter from which you got the Ring of Three Wishes initially. You know, where you fought bandits and one of them had the power to turn everything he touches into gold and such.
It also gave us a lot of gold to play with that I don't think we that we just recently were like, alright, hey, go use this for some stuff.
Yeah, but then I guess there wasn't always... I don't think there were any crucial moments that required much gold.
Yeah, no. Like, at that, since that point, it's been kind of, okay, we need to go here, do thing. And we didn't really shop much, because we were in Hell, and then we were in a storybook, and then we were in Hell, and then we were in the Feywild, and then we were like, okay, we need to stop the demon invasion coming in. Or the Fiend invasion, because you said it was devils, demons, and so...
Oh yeah, that's exactly after which I started the cascade of events, so we could fit everything into the time we have. Oh well, that's on me for planning. Dog.
It worked out, so...
I mean, yeah, I'm glad it worked out with most of the characters' side plots being resolved and whatnot.
Sorry about that. Y'all were talking to plants, I had to talk to my own plant.
That's understandable. We waited for you because now we are moving to the Druid Grove and we need camera work.
Okay.
Neverwinter Woods.
Wish there were hyperlinks. All the way up in yonder. Also,
Yes, near the
I think you could
Neverwinter.
have also just, like... What was it that focused the camera by holding...
Right, I forgot I have this ability. Well, that's on me.
Womp womp. My bad.
That's what I get for being gentle. Now, where was this map even? I said it was almost a year ago, so it was... Did I name it Druid? Ah, I see. I name it not Druid Grove, I name it Druid Hideout. Why? I forgot to clean this map up. Excuse me for a moment. Boop. What do you know? So much time have passed and they just started to clean out all the corpses.
Uh-oh.
Hey, if you just leave the corpses, then it's some fertilizer for the trees and whatnot.
Boop. Where was this other thing? Uh-huh. And, hmm. Hmm. As once again, thanks to the grove for having a very big clearance in the middle of it, the carriage arrives. It weighs the firecracker token.
I think we left somebody in the car.
And give me a moment. Aha. The carriage arrives, stops, and once again opens the door, letting you out into a grove. Familiar, although, well, actually not much changed, but they did clean up a little bit. Although, of course, on the nightmare arrival, you see over there, up ahead, the druids did take on battle stances, but seeing you exiting the carriage, they actually eased down. After all, it's not every day you have an infernal horse landing right in the middle of your house.
Ah, yes, a burning horse in the middle of a forest grove of flammable objects. Of course they'd be worried.
Yeah. By the way, what do you do?
It's like storing the radium next to the baby crib. And of course, with my ADHD, my brain is coughing baby for out of bomb. What the fuck, Frank? Come on, focus on the game. I hate being on a lower dose. Anyways,
So as we get out, Lucas would wave to them and call out to them, "Hey, it's us again," and then start approaching. Which it's paused, so we can actually move up if.
My bad.
Yep, no problem.
Boop. Friends. It's so nice to see you after all this time. What brings you here?
after all this time, it's
In
only been
such
about
interesting
2 weeks.
manner. No, it was 2 months at least.
It feels like it's only been 2 weeks.
It feels like
No,
a
from my
long-
standpoint, it feels almost a year.
No shit, Sherlock. Oh, what brings us here is an impending war for the realm. Honestly, it involves someone trying to awaken great evil, and they are currently amassing an army. And if we don't make a decisive strike now, we're never going to have a chance against it. Gathering those that we know, those that we've helped, willing to help, all in all, to try and head it off before this whole realm is incurred by demons, devils. I always get those two confused. Bad, very bad things. Sorry, I'm a little heavy from flask.
Well, that's definitely not circumstances I imagined. What kind of evil are we talking about? I mean, yes, devils, demons, whichever those are.
I
Is
look
anything
over.
behind them?
I look over to Lucas like, you're the more sober one, please. Please.
Preston is trying to unseal the Laughing Prince, which is a demon that tried for divinity and got sealed away because he reached way too far. Devil that sealed? No, Camelot that reached for divinity and got sealed away because he reached too far and was powerful enough for divinities to start getting involved. And we want to not have him be unleashed. And since they're targeting one of our party, we know we'll be stuck in the middle, so we're trying to preempt it to give the best chance for the role.
Well, if situation is so dire, of course, we will land what forces we have. Thankfully, our archdruid did get better. She is much more in control of her weather-altering powers, so we'll be happy. No, I guess not exactly the same as the fitting word. We'll be glad to offer you what assistance we have. Maybe
Well, it's wonderful to hear that she is feeling better, and we appreciate any assistance that you guys lend.
Give me a moment, wait, they have them. No, it's very top actually. Boom. Boop. Boop. Safe. And the new unit have been added. I just hope the picture works.
It did.
Those abilities look like good. Okay, time to start the battle off. Just clear out some of the encampment and sow chaos before in the enemy ranks before we actually go in.
I mean, it's up to you how to use them.
Well, me reading what the three of them do, like that's my first of okay. We have a bunch of enemies in front of us. None of the allies are on the way. So Discord. And then we can go in and deal with whoever's left. Which I'm sure there'll be plenty.
There sure will be, otherwise there wouldn't be any need for the army. Now back to the matters. Where is the gathering point? Where do you pool all your forces?
I swear we had this conversation before.
Did the Scarlet actually give us a specific point, or just say that he could track it? Because I feel like this is something we would have needed to figure out with like the very first group we went to, but I don't think actually not the very first group since it was in count. But like as soon as we went to Candlekeep, at least we would have had to know. Okay, here's where it is, so that would bring in everybody. So, but I don't know if us as players thought about that.
Okay, to be fair, we have bounced all across North Coast as a team. We have at least probably 3 different locations we've been to. I think the scholar could triangulate where the massive forces are, based on where he's felt the feelings.
Yeah, I mean, it's very easy to tell where the forces are. They would be around the place where the Laughing Prince have been sealed away. Which, as it would be... excuse me. Where was my consistency?
Well, we can always roll,
Actually, just...
roll a history
Yes?
check. Roll a history check to remember where the fuck that was.
Yeah, I'm going. God damn it, I can't look at the YouTube right now. Give me a moment.
Oh my gosh, my
Just-
sheet is in white. Why is it in white? Ah, my eyes.
An interesting complaint.
I hate light mode.
Alright, I'm going to YouTube working by turning on VPN extension in the.
Before I get well age and
Cool. Now that I got internet access to the YouTube, random YouTube videos set to start planning. Fun. Just excuse me. I need to check so I don't accidentally put everything into a wrong place. You know, consistency. Because the place was already named at least 2 times. Once in this campaign when the Star Blast were onto it, and the second time was during Dusk Tone and Copper campaign because they also visited the very same place. Reusing assets is for fun. Always saves up on work. No.
last one.
Actually, alright, it wasn't quite established, so let's say. Well, so the whole thing was initially Star Blast were over here. Beechwood Place, the temple, over here, near the Star Mountains.
Okay, and
Okay.
based on this.
Okay.
Yeah. That's 50. 4 blocks is 50. Figure we give it. We can start from the edge of the wood here at Star Mounts, 50-mile hike. Well, okay. How long does it take for? Oh, okay, so we. Trying to think how much distance we start at to give us a chance to Fiend and final checks without giving them the information. We're right there where we should congregate.
The choice is yours. And it will have consequences, so no pressure.
Or we do all the way down to Succumber, get together, and then go up the river. Nice fast boats.
No, we have a car. We have a caravan that can teleport practically anywhere
Yeah.
with a surprising amount of space inside. Artist. I take a few trips still, even
True.
with that extra space, but we get everyone to the same location within maybe 50.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it make more sense? Wouldn't it make more sense to set up somewhere in the foothills, just outside the forest? so that there's some cover.
Something,
Without-
time it takes to move. Again, the less time we take, the better, because every hour we're wasting, another hour he has to build an army.
It's what, like, with this scale of map, it's what, like, 2 squares-ish for a day?
Let's see, so from 0 to 50 is about 4 squares. 3.5, really, honestly.
Yeah, and I feel like it's, like, 24-ish, but I might be wholly pulling that long number out for a day's travel.
Average miles a day one can march. 16 miles a day on average.
That was less than I had said. So that's gonna be like 1 square at best.
Yeah, so as much as we quote-unquote want to use the foothills, the scale of this map makes them A, not just hills, and B, way farther than they're actually.
How about
Yeah.
Unicorn Run? Just go over here, and then it's like 2 days, depending on where exactly in the squares it is.
We could probably put it right here on this square here, towards the end of that river. Or, if you really want to take the height advantage and catch them by surprise, off us
Run
right
down
on
the mountain!
Again, we're not really with the caravan we have. It is not really problematic setting us up or higher.
Right, and that would give us vantage point to see into the encampment for the various spells I was just talking about that seem like, okay, bombard it before we go in kind of spells.
Well, we probably
Also, do remain the main purpose of the army is to draw away the main forces from the temple, so you 4 can fight your way in.
So we hold a little bit back while they draw attention and then dive in.
Or we drop them off at the top of the mountain, and then the cart drops the 4 of us specifically off on the other side to sneak in behind them.
True.
Because then it gives them the height advantage, or our army the height advantage for going in.
Pincer attack, and then we
And-
hide in through the brush down below. And okay.
Also, do be mindful, the closer you are to the target, the faster you will be detected,
Well,
naturally.
mind you, on the scale of things, that's still several miles away from the point, even with 1 square.
Indeed. However, you do not. Do you expect the fiends just standing idle the whole time? They have imps and quasits who could get all over the place.
That's why I said we do a bombardment run to start it all off. Like, as soon as the army's in place, they start doing bombardment run, and then the caravan takes us down to the other side to charge in from the opposite direction while they're being distracted from the north-ish.
There's probably enough rough terrain that outside the dragon that we fucking have, most of our army could be hidden in the crags and crevices in Star Mountain between these 2 squares here. We have what? Obviously, the number is kind of just sort of vague. We have a troop strength of 300 plus army strength of 5, 15, 45, 55, 75, 85, 86. No. It's a vague number, obviously, but spread it out across the Star Mountain. Us between these 2, so that way they could still remain hidden and coordinate without being immediately spotted by air troops. Again, imps probably can fly, they can probably look up, but there'll be rocks blocking direct line of sight. Now,
We have some flying. I said, also, we have some flying. At least one dragon that can fly, and I'd be surprised if there's not a couple fly spells that the wizards have. So,
Okay, so here's the thing about the flying thing, though. The moment they start flying, obviously they're going to spot it. So any opportunity.
yeah.
We'll work on that. Biggest thing is that I don't think it can be overly prepared completely. Guaranteed, there's probably going to be some scrying bullshit or wards or protection. They're like, hey, there's something over there. So
I just thought of an idea that is probably very stupid.
what?
We load everyone in the caravan, and then the caravan goes out the front door of the temple and starts attacking outwards as we sneak in.
I'm not gonna put Madame Macabre into the line of fire like that. God no.
Alright, fair.
I actually do look at Madame Macabre as I poke my head in the caravan. So I know you're already defying the laws of physics in your caravan, but exactly how big is it in here? I would be surprised if you could fit an army in here.
A whole army would be pushing it, darling.
Fair enough.
A handful of people, yes, but
So we definitely need a staging area. So probably we want to do from the midpoint of the Star Mountains then, because we can't just airdrop everyone all at once. Gather. So maybe we should also get some mountain gear too. It's gonna be cold up there. Not well for you guys, maybe. I have persistent cold. That's fine. Cold never bothered me, anyways. Oh, I know. Well, unfortunately, it was a while that it happened last time, but you can always grow your coat out. Cracker. But do you want to be a floofball again? Actually, wait. I think he still is a floofball. I don't think we actually did more than shave his face.
No, because we did the little pan thing behind the Sphinx to undo that.
Oh, right. We undid it. Alright. I guess. Zhao,
Regardless, no.
Now we could just put in a wool bag and it's fine. But yeah, I think our best bet is the peak or close to the peak as a staging area. There's still a chance we could get spotted there, but we will still have elevation. And I'm certain with a big fuck you dragon, just throw rocks down the hill and deal with anything that's trying to climb up. It is kind of close, yes, but not overly close. Be able to get about 2/3 of the forces there before they start noticing something's up. Not like they have satellite imagery to see an entire army starting. Also, I think that was my door. I have to check.
well, there goes Plato. I guess that answers the question where the forces should go. Well, with druids secured, is there anyone else anyone would like to visit?
Could Zhao try soliciting his people?
Yes.
Zhao's gonna go over to Madame Macabre and explain in the best way he can where to take the carriage. Because the Dreamlands are weird.
Well, that's definitely quite an exotic destination. Don't think we ever eventually there. Not much appreciation for our craft, as one can imagine. Still, we shall see about navigating. Anything particular we should know about? Like, is there any solid ground for us to stand, or...
Oh, there's definitely solid ground, but definitely land the carriage outside of the Zoogwood.
Oh, that's where we're going. Okay. Wait, do I have to deal with more your crazy? You're already crazy as is, but now I have to deal with your crazy cousins? Ah.
I mean, they only speak a mixture of Zoog and deep speech, really, so
So a
you
lot of
probably
this
won't
means
be the
a
one
lot of
talking to them.
Awesome.
They don't scream unless they screech if they're yelling, but they're normally quiet. They whisper.
Yeah, so the conversation will sound like Zoog, 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 Zoog. Something like that.
So are they Pokemon now and only say Zook?
Not saying their names over and over, but yeah, kinda like that.
I mean, it could as well, considering none of you speak those languages.
Good grief.
Well, none of you that is not Jao, obviously.
Yeah.
But still,
No,
just for the
we-
audience
actually,
being
we
made.
could. We do have tongues. At the spell with the grimoire. What's the point of that? It's a plot.
But we shall see. Off to the Dreamlands then.
So if something sleeps in the
To the world of
dreamlands.
dreams.
So if something sleeps in the dreamlands, does the dream person end up in the mortal plane? Or do
No, they stay in the dreamlands.
does their dream
So
self
can
pop
you
up
dream
somewhere else?
yourself and poke yourself in the face?
No, you just have normal dreams while you're in the dreamlands.
Does that imply there's a deeper level of dream? The dreamlands of the dreamlands.
If you were to ask Zhao, he'd say no.
But then how do you dream in a land that prevents you? Obviously you go there when you're dreaming, but if you're sleeping there and you... What is this secondary that you have? Is it a figment of your imagination? But the dreamland proves that your original figment of imagination, and then he just gets on a drunken scramble for the next however long it takes to get there.
I think that's enough, like, fantasy metaphysics for now.
Zhao would just shake his head at Plato.
I'm sorry, I hit my Balmer's peak, okay? Developers.
Right. It does take a bit longer than usual for the carriage to find its way into the elusive dreamlands. After all, not very well-traveled path.
Fair.
Still, the carriage does land gently onto presumably solid ground. And as the door open, well, Ainir, would you like to describe how the outside of the Zug woods look like?
Well, the outside looks like perfectly normal woods, but if you look deep in there, it gets darker and darker and darker. And you're probably hearing a lot of strange sounds from in there.
Ooh. Sounds. Right, we are in the dreamland, so... Well, the forest stands before you.
Zhao hops out of the carriage and starts walking.
Anybody follows?
Honestly, I could just stay in the cart. My brain's still lost in the philosophical what if of how many layers of inception is there?
Anyone else?
I think Lucas would at most like just kind of step out of the car, watch Zhao go out, and be like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna stay here." This is what Zhao knows.
Very well. So he's in the cart, he's outside the cart, and what of Firecracker?
I'm
Firecracker.
Firecracker now.
Oh, Firecracker, regular cracker, no fire required.
I feel like Cracker would be curious enough to follow.
Very well. Would you like tongues to be cast on you so you can understand their speech?
No.
Alright.
Well,
And
alright
so-
then.
And so you two venture into the woods. Now, any particular descriptions you would give to the woods themselves on the inside?
It might be a little bit difficult to navigate for a medium-sized creature like Cracker. There are some random trails here and there that seem like they might have been for larger creatures, but Zhao refuses to take any of them. And he kind of gestures around as he's walking and says things like, don't step there, don't go there, stay away from that. Okay, yeah, stay away from that too. And you'll see him like sidestepping and gesture. Careful, that's a pit, even though it doesn't look like a pit. And as they get deeper and deeper into the woods, you would probably start to hear whispers that sound similar to Zhao's voice. But it also is very dark.
So very dark.
But eventually they would come upon basically a whole bunch of trees that have like holes, kinda like they look like they'd be natural crevices that form in trees over time, either from birds pecking or the tree splits, stuff like that. And there'd be like the glint of really pale eyes peeking out from within.
Indeed. And so the eyes not peeking and watching you.
Zhao would stop somewhere roughly center of the majority of these hollowed out trees and would start calling out in his whispery voice in the Zug language mixed with deep speech. So it's like it's a bit disturbing to hear. But he'd be calling out and essentially saying, "It is me, Zhao Mlado Vaxombra, third generation chosen of the Zugwood. I come seeking assistance for the realms at large, including ours, are in danger."
Zooks are relatively quick to respond as the bright lights cast by the eyes in the shadow do start to move, revealing Zooks. So many Zooks. Somewhat definitely different, drawn in different style compared to Zhao Zooks. I wasn't sure what to expect for this one, so just imagine trees.
It's okay. I feel like there's probably trees around the perimeter.
They are. Should I leave it as dark or should I? Alright.
It's fine.
camera can see Zhao's eyes.
Ah, wonderful. As the Zoogs gather up, whispering to each other in hushed tones, barely audible, until one of them speaks. Danger? What danger are you speaking of? Can you actually hear me when I speak like this?
Yes.
Good.
While our people know not of the Laughing Prince, there is an Arcanoloth by that name who once tried to usurp the powers of divinity. And in the process, he laid great deal of destruction to the material realm. Had he managed to usurp that divine power, he would have spread his corruption well beyond, into ours, into the Feywilds, into every crevice of this reality, and beyond. This being was once an Arcanoloth, and he was sealed away in the material plane. However, there is a follower of his who is trying to release him and send him back into our world. I ask that you help in the battlefield, not as combatants, but as trap setters, so that we can reduce their numbers by stopping them in their tracks.
We are inclined to believe your words, yet you're sure this creature possesses such a danger that it's worth for us to leave all the way to the material plane.
The Zug is confident that this isn't a problem that will reach us, for it can already reach the old wood in the material plane, and as you well know, our woods are joined.
There's silence, slightly ever so interrupted by more whispers along the Zoogs. Some of them seemingly turn away and leave. However, a bunch of them stays. Your words sound true. We have no reason to doubt them. If that is what required of us, we shall assist with what we can.
Zhao nods his head and bows before his people, before then saying, "As I said, you are not expected to be combatants yourselves, but if you can lay traps, which we are well known for the quality of our traps, it should help."
So it shall be. Where shall we travel? For the material plane is vast.
At this point, Zhao would explain where they're going, and he would also explain that if needed, they may be able to call upon the carriage from which he arrived to expedite their travels to the meeting location. Seeing as the way Zhao got to the material plane would require many days of travel to get there.
Zoogs look among each other. We could travel with you in that carriage. Since doesn't sound like we have much time to spare.
Zhao pauses for a moment and looks deep in thought before glancing at Cracker behind him and then looking back and nodding his head to his fellow Zug. "There is one condition for you traveling with us. You may not eat our allies unless they're already dead.
2 more Zoogs leave.
Oh my gosh.
God, I am glad I am not there to listen to this conversation.
You can't even understand the conversation.
Even then, somehow I will get the implication of eating people. Or Plato fascination. Ugh.
He's not fascinated. Plato died. His meat was cooked and pre-marinated, so of course he ate some.
God.
Culturally, they'll eat their own dead if needed.
Very efficient.
Indeed.
Also, I mean, much more efficient than a whole funeral.
Mm-hmm.
But given a green light, Zoogs assemble into a single unit and start moving towards the carriage.
I mean, Zhao would need to lead the way back to it, but
I mean, yeah,
Cool.
after Zhao.
Zhao would
So,
explain to Cracker what just happened as they head back.
Yeah, Cracker is just gonna have the 1,000-yard stare the entire time.
sounds about right.
So on the way back, yeah, he'd explain to Cracker that the Zoogs will help, not necessarily in the battle itself, but they will lay traps for the enemies. And he will tell Cracker that he did inform them that they are not to eat their allies unless they're already dead.
Was that not assumed?
Also, I'm just picturing the carriage with a whole bunch of Zoogs just coming up to it.
I mean, that's pretty much how it looks with Plato and Lucas over there. We see Cracker and Zhao emerging from the woods, suddenly followed by a noticeable group of Zoogs.
Who clearly look a bit more feral than Zhao, probably because they haven't left the woods in a long time.
Am I gonna have to worry about these things gnawing on me?
No.
Insight check! Spell bullshit.
No,
He's
it
telling the
actually
truth.
isn't.
Why
He
did
is telling the truth.
Why did you sound so guilty?
Well, you shouldn't have to worry about them gnawing at you. But I mean, he can't control each individual Zoog.
Waiter! Waiter! I need my 7th glass of wine, please!
My people will trap the intended battlefield to assist our side.
Still going to grumble.
Alright, which reminds me, it's time to update the call to arms.
Yay, you actually gave them an entry.
Well, of course. As I said, there was much to prepare.
I'm very happy that you did, though.
And safe. Should have been updated.
You,
So we basically have 50 squares on the battle map to... on the full battle map to actually...
Indeed.
And I think that
Sure.
brings us to 101 army strength, if I'm doing maths right.
Do we have the 101
Four
Dalmatians?
hundred and one.
No, well, there's army and then there's
Troops.
Oh
and
yes.
troops. I don't know if he intended that phrase differently.
They all combine together.
So
Uh,
it's over 400!
No.
What?
No.
I didn't say any mean.
You were halfway there to it, so no.
But why not?
Don't make me get the metal tube.
And 400 is nowhere near 9,000.
mm. That's
So
what the
I'm
quarter.
assuming we'll leave the Dreamlands at this point, but with regard to if there's any others we could solicit for aid, I am out of ideas personally.
I'm burnt out too, and I can't think of anyone else.
Well, before I expand on this thought, that's a very nice one, Copper. I mean, if you know, in the chat over there.
Why are we quoting the
I'm so
Ultimate
sorry.
Showdown?
Because it's a good song.
It makes me feel old. A lot of things do.
Of course. Also, sorry, Shaul, what you were saying?
I'm so sorry to go off tangent, but I've been informed that it's Bagel's birthday.
Bagel?
Happy birthday, Bagel!
My dog.
Oh, pork. Pork. Okay.
Do you have hat to put on Bagel and take a picture?
We have people clothes to put on him.
I am eager to see the photos.
Hopefully my mom will do it. Okay, where were we?
Well, wondering if there's anyone else that could be recruited.
There's one that Lucas is specifically not going to recruit.
Well, do you have any idea, Shaul?
I was gonna say Cracker's tribe in the forests of Tethir. Maybe they have, rebuilt and are more stable after the attack.
Sure. Would you like to pay them a visit?
Might as well.
No. Humblewood, you said? Oh, was a while since we were there. Well, we shall arrive shortly, as long as we manage to find our way out there. But don't worry, we found ourselves out of even bigger, strange places. Just hold on tight. So, everyone excited to see Cracker's extended family?
I'm certainly curious to see all of the baked good themed family members.
Makes me glad that I had had lunch.
But let's see.
Oh my gosh.
Alright. And so the carriage takes you away. Soon enough, once again, landing just where it's supposed to be. You can tell by the ambient music changing. Let's see. Boom. Just waiting for everyone to load. That seemed to take a bit. I'm not disconnected, am I?
No.
No, you're
Yeah, I
here.
can hear you.
Highlighting things. I'm here.
There we go. Everyone have loaded. But where go we?
Oh my gosh, so many Hero Forge designed Vulpins. And I love them all.
Thank you.
I love the different designs.
Thank you. I contemplate making more, but you know. Otherwise, I would have spent all this time just on that.
Oh, it's okay.
Either way, as you arrive and exit the carriage, for one of you, obviously, the place does provoke a sense of nostalgia, especially considering the last time you saw it, it was pretty much engulfed in flames. You know, due to the demon invasion and whatnot. It seems like everyone have rebuilt quite well. So go on. What do you do? And of course, take your time, shower if you need.
Yeah. Speeches. I mean, there seems to be an outcrop right here. Might as well take a high point
Hmm.
to yell. Trying to think of how to get the attention of everybody
Hey, I'm
Scream.
back.
in a unique way.
Hey, everyone, I'm back.
You could
I
always
can't really
solicit
think of-
Plato to sing for you. I
No.
mean,
Oh my
he
gosh.
thinks he's a bard.
I do not do singing.
Okay, you could do an oration. I don't know. Plato likes to be very
Very well,
flamboyant.
yes.
With
Well,
strangers,
that's one of
with strangers, yes. I feel like though Cracker would have the most pull as his people. Kind of one of those conundrums of everybody else in the party has more standing with the faction than me.
Well, I meant just to get their attention.
Nah, let leave it to Shovel to figure out.
Okay.
He was awfully silent, so
Vivek, is this a fire? It looks like a bonfire.
Oh, I'm actually not sure, so let's say it is.
Alright.
It looks like
This
a,
is
a
how-
training dummy actually for like.
Oh yeah, it kind of does. I
I
mean,
know what
it's
it
Like
just
the spinning
weird
ones,
cigarette
yeah.
sticks on it.
Those look like a training weapons piled on it.
Yeah. You know, it doesn't matter. It's made of wood.
You just
I'm
light
gonna-
it on fire.
I'm gonna jump from this outcrop onto the top of it. You know, just freaking thump my chest against it, and then like Okay, I'm gonna do the heaty hands thingy and immediately light it on fire.
Property
And
damage!
then it's the fire. It's fine.
It's still property damage!
And then I don't even know what to say. Trying to think of something. I'm gonna jump off.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Okay, so I'm just gonna say that this is culture that we, whenever the fire is lit, that everyone gathers. How about that?
Sure.
Make it,
I would definitely yes.
make it simple. Simple's
Sure.
a meeting.
Sure, that works. As it definitely takes attention of everyone in the village. The number of foxes is much greater than presented here, but just to keep it simple. As they all start to make their way up to the suddenly lit training time. Whoop. They are surprised, for there was no gathering planned for today seemingly. However, then their eyes do lay on you, as you, yourself, is suddenly assaulted from a back by a ribs-crushing hug. Cracker! You pretty much recognize the grip and the voice of one of your uncles named Muffin.
Here it starts, boys, leading you to the Dovins, all the pastries you could ever imagine.
I love it.
Hey, Uncle Muff.
How? What? How are you here?
Oh, that's a story.
You can thank the three-ring circus on the shorthand. On the longhand, we don't have time to talk that. Like, wandering over the edge as he says that.
Yes. Well, what matters is why I'm here.
Well, tell us. Says another uncle named Baguette.
He's a weapon in his own right, as long as you make sure he's salty as tail.
Well,
Thank you. I forgotten one more.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here to inform you of a great storm that is approaching. We all have felt the heartless grasp of fiends who have attacked this village once before.
No,
Well,
is it about them then? Says the cinnamon roll.
Stop.
You open this can of worms, you will now live it, Shovel. Next one of them's gonna be called lemon pound cake or something like that.
Well, needless to say, something far worse is now here, and we will have to defend a lot more than our village this time. So I am here to seek the help of our amazing masons in a time of great need.
If that's the case, we shall land whatever arm we can. Says your cousin Bagel.
Bagel. Okay. Happy birthday, cousin Bagel.
Alright, I forgot.
P4 gore.
Alright, pretzel.
Which one of these is named Biscotti? We're gonna run
Not
this joke.
presented.
We're gonna run this joke into the ground so Epic can never fucking do it again.
What do you mean never again? You'll be surprised how good I am at reusing material.
Ah.
Well, but where shall we go then? Says your thrice removed brother of your father. Chocolate cake topped with white chocolate, lemon zest, ganache, and sprinkled with poppy seeds
Oh my god!
of the cake family.
Ah.
God.
We are setting up an outpost at the Star Mountain. However, we have a magical caravan that will help facilitate moving people. Considering your family's proclivities, it's at Cracker, I think they'd be the best to first set up there since they probably hide the best.
Indeed we do,
So why don't
says Brett.
the basic bitch of the family, just bread.
Bread. Not an uncle, not a cousin, just bread.
Our family have one.
I mean, we always talk about the white bread bitch. This is the white bread,
It is.
the bakery blonde. Sorry, I'm going to help in that one. Anyway, let's pile them into the caravan. There's at most like 20 or 30 people at the village top. They could be the first ones to set up Operation Camp.
What? No, you
What
mean
about the
this
Zooms?
thing over there?
Yeah, technically a caravan. It's more just one horse and a very physically impossible cart. There's an entire circus packed in that thing. Plus, very
Well then, what are we waiting for? They say they all give Cracker a group hug. You get the idea.
This is a very loving family.
It is. You can say they're very sweet.
Okay,
Huh?
make a
Okay.
bakery
Huh?
pun.
Huh?
Obviously, who was risen in a good family. Get it? Risen. Oh.
He comes from a good dough. Huh? Huh?
Yeah, it doesn't land the
Damn,
same.
tough crowd.
So yeah, in the grand scheme of
Yeah.
things, we'll get these guys landed first, since we the outlooks and get up the base camp started. Now that we basically have everybody that we could potentially have, now we gotta figure out we move first, because now this is like a not entirely a chicken the rain and the fox kind of dilemma crossing the river, but there should be an order of operations where we move in first, because we don't want to move in our most obvious route first while we're still getting the less obvious.
You have a feeling Cracker has something to tell.
Why is he doing a strobe light? What?
No, I'm just having a freaking. I'm having an attack. Keep talking.
He's having ADHD. So, of our list of people, let's deal with small batches first. I think what we can do is we can get these guys into the base first. Go grab the wizards and heal the second one. There's still also a small contingent. Plus, they may have some odds and ends spells in their own repertoire to help kind of further explore the area. Druids of Neverwinter Woods and the Old Woods Dryads kind of are on equal priority. Really have the same power as a wizard could, especially since we're dropping them off at the mountains, not really in the forest, but hey. Maybe the Druids in Neverwinter Woods. They can control weather. They could make it foggy enough that, again, where they're hiding, obfuscating. So, okay. I think I got it now. So we're doing the Cracker's family first, dropping them off. Then we're doing the Visit the Candle Keep as the second, for small contingency. Third would be the Druids of Neverwinter Woods, since they have weather control and they can help obfuscate. The Dryads, middle point. And then when it comes to the Lord of Stars, the Distance, and Golden Scribe, they'll be last because, one, an entity from another plane popping in might cause a bit of a ripple that they'll sense. And a dragon is a fucking dragon. That's not gonna be easy to hide. Anyone have any objections to order operations?
PEMDAS.
It's not really an objection, just more a statement thereof.
Yeah.
Why are they doing the cha-cha? I just moved the window out of the way.
The only thing I would point out is, fog is one thing to obscure the troops themselves, but you do want to make sure they can't see any trails of smoke going up into the sky, because you can guarantee that at least some of our troops are going to need bonfires to keep warm and settle around, especially at night.
Also, we might want to put one of the heavier hitters there first in case they're discovered while we're gathering more. So if we take them and get the dragon like as quick as we can instead, Golden Scribe I should say, so that
we can take
if it goes to shit, there's a better chance of buying enough time to get the others there.
We can use some of the clay soldiers to have a initial attachment set up there to protect people.
True.
Then we can deploy the rest of it once we're all set.
Yeah, that works too.
Yeah, and about the smoke plumes and all that, honestly, I think how long would it probably take to get everyone set up by popping in and out? I think maybe at most 2 hours tops. Get everyone moved over. I don't think they'll be setting up campfires really, unless we're doing an extended stay overwatch and waiting for a vigilant moment to strike. To that point, have the Madame Macabre's caravan be the quote-unquote union tent. Have people cycle in and out for food or what they need and all that. Because there ain't no smoke leaving that tent. The horse might stand out a little bit. Kind of glows, but better than a smoke trail. At worst, have to, and probably control the wind enough to help obfuscate that too. So, again, any further objections?
No.
Let's get these guys packed in before they run out of dance. Everybody in the van, with your fucking goddamn musical van.
What's wrong with musicals?
Nope,
Yeah.
nope. I dive into the caravan.
Well then, finally gathering their things, foxes start to enter the carriage one by one. There goes the Uncle Muffin, followed by the Uncle Baguette, followed by regular bread, followed by pretzel. This guy never spoke, so we don't know that his name is a sponge cake. And the last one goes in the chocolate cake topped with white chocolate, lemon, zest, ganache, and sprinkled with poppy seeds. To the very surprise of Madame Macabre, as all those boxes enter the carriage.
Look, yeah, sorry, we should have probably told them first. These guys are probably going to be the best at hiding up in the house. And also, they're probably the smallest contingency, so we're moving them first.
Well, as long as it's just one stop, the carriage should handle it.
One stop. Oh, crap. Yeah, we haven't
Nah,
thought
when
about
we
the...
those people.
Oh, well, we have multiple...
So we go there, unload them, then we can get the others.
Yeah, that's the plan. I'm not thinking of trying to cram everybody in this trade all at once. We already got a plan of order operation. I'll talk her through who we're moving first and so on and so forth. Hell, we may not even need the wizards. They may have a means of translocating themselves. But then that might make a ripple. We'll see. We'll talk with them. First things first, dropping off these guys.
And off you go, now accompanied by the roar of foxes yapping with one another.
Lots of screaming and squawking. And just, oh my god, these guys are so loud. How are they?
And whines and yips and squeaks.
How are these guys stealthy? They make so much noise.
We're quiet when we want to be.
Meanwhile, the Zoogs are there and they're all just whispering, even though they're creepier looking.
Yeah, oh yeah, I forgot we still have the zoo, but they're small enough that they can pile into a corner and be pretty much fine.
They're all just hiding in like little crevices and creases with eyes staring out. So like,
Oh yeah, they're in the
hey,
rafters
why does
and all
the
that.
one corner have eyes glowing in it?
I mean, to be fair, they would actually do that most likely. Also, they really like being in tight places. Like, if you shove them into a log, they will be very, very happy.
They're like cats. They sit.
Wait, if you shove.
If you push a Zoog into a fallen log, like the inside's hollowed out, the Zoog will be very, very happy.
I feel like it shouldn't be if you shove them in there. I feel like it should be if they climb into it. I feel
yes.
like they would be happy if you shove them anywhere.
Shut up,
Semantic. Yeah, actually, I agree with them. Shut up, Brett. I forgot that tagline.
Okay. Just wait until he jams, let's see how it works then.
Alright, so, yeah, we're dropping them off first. Hopefully there's a way that, like, park the caravan between a rock and the distant camp, so that way there's no direct line of sight. Yada yada.
Yeah, there's surprisingly nice clearing, even with some trees. It's somewhat of a meadow. Meadow? Yeah, sure. And so the foxes and the Zooks are dropped off first. Already getting on setting up the temporary camp, making sure they don't make any campfires. to stay unnoticed as long as it's possible.
Well, they're all foxes. They have fur. They should be a little bit resistant while we're busy getting everyone else. Not the end of the world.
And the Zoogs are basically possums. Eldritch possums.
Mm-hmm. So they should be fine for
Yeah.
the brief, 10 minutes we'll take the cycle around the next group. Which is Candlekeep. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. If you wish, we don't have to go over it in detail, just agreeing on whom you
Okay.
bring in and what order.
Okay. We won't.
If you wish.
We won't go verbose, but we'll just order of operations start basically rolling for detection as we keep going through this. So second order of operation, Candlekeep, get them wizards.
Also, thank you, Copper.
Honestly, it's probably a good thing we got the quote-unquote stealthiest gaggle here first, because they can help the other ones very good at keeping subvert. Them like, hey, keep your head low, make a lot of noise, yada blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
Only shoot fireworks off when it's time to attack.
Mm-hmm. So you get the wizards in. By the time you bring in the wizards, you would see that dryads already made their way there.
Oh.
Traveling through trees is very
yeah.
convenient after all.
I think it probably. Well, that spares us one extra trip. That's druids already covered. I'll instruct them. It's like, hey, don't exhaust yourself going to fog in the area to kind of ease things up a little bit. I mean, it's the mountains. Clouds protecting the mountains shouldn't be too strange. But again, don't exhaust yourself before the war if it's going to. Trying to throw ideas out there.
Mm-hmm.
I need to step away for a few minutes, possibly slightly longer, so I'll ask Brett to fill me in when I get back.
Okay.
Alright. But yeah, a nice fog covers the middle of the mountain. You feel safe for the time being.
Yeah, it's more for mundane protection. I don't want to be casting too big of a spell by putting up frying and as much magic or as little magic as no. He kind of understands it, kind of like an oak. Play around it, the makes it reaches outwards. Now he's come to understand it. The less ruckus he makes with it, the better. So there, we got that. We got the wizard. We got that. Next step, getting the dryads of the old book.
Yeah, they said the dryads are already there.
Oh, the dryads? Oh, I heard druid.
No, I meant the dryads.
Oh, okay. Well, I was gonna ask the druids. I don't think they have kind of been.
I mean, they can be brought in next turn, so
Okay.
they'll do the thing.
Okay. Not bad, Mom. I think once we get those in, I'm also gonna start settling down and seeding some of the clay army. Maybe a contingency of like a third or quarter of it, just standing guard. I don't want to do the whole thing yet, because as soon as we start getting more people, we start making more noise. We gotta add once they are stationed. Question: do I have to be near these things to keep them awake? They have to stay here while the others.
Come again?
When it comes to the clay army, do I have to be close or relatively with the area close to these guys to keep them active?
No.
Okay, well, that means I can plant and then continue to help with the gathering. Alright. Just curious. Only other step I can think of before starting to go for our heavy hitters is going to be actually should have actually grabbed Mr. Goodwill and his little trying to kind of slip into the campus and figure out if information on that. Oh well, c'est la vie. Actually, honestly, this lines up with something I want anyways. Awesome. But it'd probably be better if I use Master for this. So actually, I'm gonna go ahead and say our next person. Goodwill.
Mhm.
And his little entourage of spies and scouts and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That way,
Thankfully, they don't take as much space as the foxes did.
nope. And once they're set up, I'm going to set them off to our. And again, I should have done this first. I'm going to have them scout out front and be our first to alert if we're going. Or basically, I want them to be the frontal eyes. See if right now, notice sometime in the last little.
Mm-hmm. They shall try to keep you informed.
With that, the last biggest hitters are going to be coming in. So I will. We're not going to fit him in the fucking caravan. There ain't no way we're fitting a dragon in the caravan. Where is his?
Maybe if he can polymorph.
Never did ask. I don't know.
Could work.
If the golden dragon can polymorph, because we're not fitting him in the caravan. Not something we considered,
Right.
but we'll cross that bridge as we get there. Nope. Stay in this space.
Well, that would be most dragons do possess ability to shape change.
True. Again, we can ask him when we get there. Lord of the Stars might be one of the last ones to get then because we're puncturing through a planar layer to go grab him and his army. Or what little army is still right and awake. So yeah, we're gonna go bug the dragon first.
Mhm.
I'm going to desperately try and help Madame Macabre steer this fucking thing. I do not know how to drive an interdimensional horse and carriage because I don't want to puncture 2 more holes in his fucking wall. And I don't make where his cave
hopefully
entrance
that-
is.
Yeah, hopefully we land outside this time, but
Yeah,
we can
that
help
would,
prepare it after the battle.
as it would be 2 holes that already they provide enough of a passage.
We're just
Do
gonna
not
come
make more.
floundering through one of them already.
Mm.
Yeah, we'll give him a quick wave greet, see if it's needed, and then ask him, look, know how to polymorph? Otherwise, you're gonna have to take the long way, because they already have enough circus animals crammed in there. I don't think.
I'm back, by
Oh.
the way.
Welcome back.
I'm back, I'm glad.
Shut up, Brad.
Polymorph not so much, yet I am capable as many dragons of shape-shifting. He says as his enormous form suddenly get condensed into not all, but medium-sized gold dragonborn.
Good enough for transport. We'll get him into the van, grimace a little bit at the still 2 existing holes, fix later, and then throw myself into the caravan and get him over.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And just like that, only one person remains.
any words from the scouts that anything's getting nosy from the encampment below? Any information they can provide? About 5-10 minutes. Pop
For
out.
now, all I can tell is the place definitely is right. There is an immense army of fiends down there, all surrounding this temple under which the prince supposedly sealed away. And so, of course, a more fine estimation of the strength of the army will take time.
That's fine. We don't have to strike right away, but as long as we're just keeping our eyes peeled for them getting suspicious. And I'll dismiss them again now. And right, time to go get the Lord of Stars. Now I'm certain deity, or at least a sub-deity, has the power to shrink himself, so I'm not gonna worry about cramming him in there. And his
I'm pretty sure we saw him shrink himself at one point because he was super giant, and then he was like the same size as us when, well, a little bit larger when we exited his throne room.
I am going to
If
tell.
I'm remembering.
I'm gonna tell at least one of the foxes, like, okay, if you properly obscure the smoke plume, get a pot of coffee ready for the Lord of Stars. Be 2 pots, because I know how sleepy these fuckers. Honestly, one campfire probably is just like, oh, that's just probably a traveler out there having a.
No free food.
We also
Yeah,
have.
until they get jumped.
We also have mages who probably have prestidigitation or whatever, so some cantrip eat up coffee. I don't know. Ask them.
My hands.
Well, yeah, good point. I grab Cracker, put him with the other foxes, and say, hey, make a pot of coffee for our upcoming final edition. We're gonna need it. Sorry, you're the Bunsen burner now.
Oh.
Hey, look, you're
It's
contributing.
a very fascinating picture of seeing Cracker just stand there with the pot in his hand that suddenly starts boiling.
I'm like holding it with both my hands like a sippy cup, like a toddler, and it's just.
Let me put it this way. He'd be great in the British Army. He would need to have a personal tea station in his tank. And considering half his family's named after biscuits.
What's better than tea and biscuits?
Alright, be right back. And then pop in for the Stars domain. Go fetch him. So bracing ourselves for yet another crash. Maybe drive a little slower.
Thankfully, no crash comes this time as the Lord of Stars personally catches the carriage.
Oh, thank God. It is time. We have gathered all we could. I say as I pace, crowding outside the carriage. We're gonna gather people we can. We got coffee ready for you lot. We spent a couple hours having our scouts scope the place out, but we figured we'd grab you now and get you time to get ready on the station.
And for us to coordinate all the groups is strategic goal measures that we're taking.
Figure out
What
language
is-
barriers and all that.
What is a coffee?
So, okay, Plato actually chuckles to himself a little bit because he realizes the extreme gap between being a commoner in the mortal plane, talking to a deity in like their own plane. That's huge. Just very for us mortals that struggle to wake up, it helps open the eyes of making it pretty work or whatever head. Also good if you have a bad
A
night.
bitter, invigorating tea.
It's bean juice, but it works like tea.
If you're sure it will help, I am happy to give it a try.
It's better than doing nothing. Trust me. It just might be a little bitter.
So
But
that's.
what
Does
tea is
anyone pour him a cup?
Well, when we get there, we will. We've got Cracker being the heating element. Didn't want to make his campfires less sticky and spotted, but his hands are pretty toasty.
Yeah, let's not get spotted. But also, my body literally looks like the sun from 100 miles away.
I don't think you're actually glowing that much.
it's just daytime.
Yeah, Perfect
Why is
spelled
it day up
straight.
in those moments?
Wait, give me more. Yeah, give me a moment. I have a perfect picture for it.
Shine bright like a diamond. No, not that kind of diamond. No, Cracker, no! No! Now all of China knows we're here.
Something like this.
Okay.
Wait.
Yes.
Yes, I was literally just going to get that picture. Oh my gosh, it's the exact picture I was looking for. Oh, that's hilarious. The glowing diner, man.
Okay, I'm gonna go get dinner while everybody basically regroups at the camp.
Holy fuck. Blah.
Yeah, that is Dom's profile picture.
Oh. How fitting. Now. Well, considering Plato need to step away, let's take a 10-minute break. Delta, are you already away? Yes. Alright, 10 minutes break, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good. Because there will be much of this and that. So I'll just turn off this music. Hopefully it won't get copyright claimed. Alas. Maybe we...
Vefek, was there thing to add for things of importance for the faxes?
The foxes, yes, my bad. Give me a moment.
Yeah, no problem. We were all distracted by them dancing, so it's fair.
And add it.
Ooh, 12d8 piercing and 20-foot radius. Nice.
Anyway, 10 minutes break, everyone. See you in a bit.
I got my burger. I think is definitely muted, so I guess we wouldn't all break.
Food is good. Uh, Delta, by the way, if you scroll down to the bottom of that for the stream, there's the wolf folks now. The reefers? I'm not sure how it's pronounced.
Because, umlauts are weird.
Well, Cracker, the shovel, can you tell us how it's pronounced? No, he could be still away.
We're missing one person. Whoops.
So it's pronounced then.
Good pronunciation, Brett. Marvelous. We heard every little syllable. In other words, there was only silence.
That was the joke.
Ah.
Okay, so I checked it out with what Google thinks it is. It's reefers, which is like what I imagine all stoners on the beach.
That's an interesting comparison.
I mean,
Reefer is
The-
literally the name of a type of
yeah,
weed
that was literally
thing.
a type of blowing it up. Yeah.
I'll explain
So-
Really? Damn, then maybe this whole time Cracker wasn't about pasting. Maybe it was about the other thing. Maybe it should have been drugs.
Drugs.
Oh my god.
The drug owl.
Like, here's the Uncle Cocaine, here's the Aunt Methamphetamine, and I ran out of the name for drugs.
Molly, methamphetamine, crack cocaine, DMT, crocodile.
We then can go with medical drugs, paracetamol, ibuprofen, all those. I don't know much other medicine. Most of the pills I have are ibuprofen and paracetamol.
Acetaminophen is what we call paracetamol here.
Ah, I find ibuprofen more effective.
Mm.
Gotta wait.
Shovel
Gotta
I
wait
used
for
to away.
Shovel to dig himself out of his own grave.
I hope everything is fine. Because I have news to tell him. I have our part of the milestone stream thumbnail approved by Copper.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. I need to check who got assigned to what.
I mean, it's not technically assigned a sign since it's based on availability, and I haven't been able to add mine yet.
Yeah. Also, I mean, while it's not assigned, at least for Jurare and the 1 hour after it, it's just me and Shovel, that's for sure.
Oh, well, I need to figure out what I'm getting dragged into. So,
A lot of time is Green Reaper.
well, no, let's see. So, your chat. No, nope, ain't getting me to do that live. The other half of that.
Yeah, Green Reaper mentioned that it's some other things, so they will just look up game worlds or such.
Sonic Rumble Party, I don't actually own, so I have no idea what the fuck they're planning on doing. Art sketching / discussions. I can do the discussion part. I have no art skills whatsoever. Wait, Central Time. Oh, that's all based on
That
Central.
means it's 3 hours ahead of 2 hours ahead of you.
By the way, Thefik sent a small DM crack.
Let's see. Oh yeah, it's not there yet. I'll have it prepared
Okay.
for the next session. Science
Yep,
judging
like I
by the
said,
time
no worries.
Science judging by the time I don't think we're getting into the battle really.
Yeah, I didn't think we were at this point, but it's fine. Like I said, no worries if it's not yet. So,
Mm-hmm. I don't envy Copper in figuring out this whole thumbnail thing. Considering all the uncertainties and the certainties it is.
I let them know the time difference issue and also the fact that I'm on a sensitive.
I'm here.
Hey!
Hey, everything alright?
Same with bank accounts.
Are you more broke than you expected to be?
Oh my gosh. Okay, there should be no more interruptions.
It's alright. Good thing we took this break then. Before we continue, I did run the idea by Copper for the thumbnail from me and you, and he have approved.
Okay.
Right. And the first we all started to the call to arms, so yeah, with that out of the way, we can continue. Yeah? Yeah.
Yep.
Now, where were we? Alright. As the load of stars have been delivered at last to the campsite, let's finally take a look at it, shall we?
Okay.
I so hope it. I'll just go with a safe choice because now I am overly conscious about Twitch just straight up cutting out part of the game.
If it's not Twitch, it'd be YouTube doing it too, which is a really shitty thing.
Yeah, but with YouTube you can at least somewhat. What's the right word?
Bit crunch the audio so that way the music doesn't play and it's only voices. Yeah, I would rather still avoid that anyways.
Yeah. The point is, with YouTube you can negotiate. With Twitch, no, they just do that.
probably up.
Alright,
by now.
I forgot everyone here.
Yep.
Good. You at last arrive at the campsite, free to gaze over how the allies you have collected along the way. Could they be more? Who knows? Alas, the night have already fallen, and you do feel somewhat tired. Not too tired to go to bed right now, but you know. I'm pretty sure if the attack will happen, it will happen tomorrow. For now, stay, enjoy, talk. Meanwhile, the book jumped out of Lucas's, what's the word? Backpack? Or who was holding the book last time?
Zhao was
Zhao.
holding.
Zhao.
As Lucas is bound to another entity that we don't trust to have the book.
As
Yes.
the book floats out of Zhao's backpack or other holding compartment, landing on the ground
Backpack.
and a backpack, landing on the ground and once again projecting the image of the scholar. Well, that should do as far as army goes. Don't think we have much time to assemble anyone else. Still, good. You did good. I'll be waiting for you in the tent. There's still a matter we should discuss. For now, do take rest. You will need it. With that said, he floats through the camp to settle in the mainest of tents.
Don't let the book float over the fire. That's bad. Bad. No.
I mean,
Anyway,
it's a magic book. It might have a ward against fire because I'm pretty sure if I was a mage, one of the first things I'd be doing with my important books is, okay, you're not going to catch fire, you're not going to get wet.
you know, that reminded me. In one of the very first campaign, one of the players had a sword that could evolve along with the story, which would include getting like magical qualities. Fun thing, one of the magical qualities it could get is being thrown. However, this quality does not include being returnable. So you can just take this great magic sword of yours, throw it, and then see a dragon fly away along with it.
I saw the
That
plan
is
going
great.
differently in my mind.
The point is, it's just funny how this property doesn't come with returning conditions, so you just basically throw away this powerful artifact, more or less.
I think the
Anyway,
only person we would need to directly check in with is our informant. But then again, we've only been gone for roughly 10 minutes. Probably. I think it'd probably be later in the night we need to poke him.
well, feel free to interact with anyone.
My brain's all
This
business.
is your point of no return.
I mean, I feel like we would also be going and talking to at least the leaders of all the different groups to say, here's the overall plan
Of course.
when it goes off. But
I definitely am going to do one thing. I'm going to look over to Cracker and just say, look, I know what you put on the table here. Your entire family is over there. I'm not going to blame you just here these next 24, 48 hours with them. You're not going to be able, your own voice is on the line and, talking with family, yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to blame you. They just got to put a palm on his shoulder. I can hate you, but I don't hate you. Okay, respectful enough to let you have time with him.
Well,
Frenemies, as we say.
it's been offered, and that was kind of already something I had in mind. So,
Then go, be merry, for it's the last night we may be able to.
hug.
And
Uh,
we'll come back to it. Let them have it. So I'm gonna go check in with the wizards. They probably brought some trinkets that are gonna keep half an eye on things. Little charms that go ding-a-ling when they're spotted or whatever. Or just generally see what they're up to at the moment.
they seem to be going over the books, preparing for the tomorrow. Alright, so spell for this and spell for that, mage, armor, casting, fireball.
Maybe it wasn't the
Well-
best person to go poke them. Magic just flies over my head. So he just walks in there, he hears them rambling about it, and he's just giving them the stone. What are you talking about? Oh, right.
Yes.
I was doing head counts and such, and making sure everybody's head's on their shoulder and all that. We don't exactly have a lay of their encampment yet, but we may have it by morning. Okay, sure you want to go through this? There is any
Well,
any
yeah.
chance to chicken out? It's gonna be tonight.
Well, we are already there, and it is a threat to all of us. So yes.
Okay. Alright. Not holding it against you, it's just... And he just kind of stammers and stutters a bit as a social skill, 'cause he's overloading himself with trying to manage a war front, and he was never meant to do this. He just like...
Loyalty check failed.
Loyalty check, yeah. He's like,
Loyalty check failed. They all desert us.
eh, worse.
No, it's more of a Mass Effect 2 suicide mission stuff. If they're not loyal or not put in the right place, they just die.
And he just kind of stands there for a little bit, realizing he has no conversation points. And he gives finger guns. He's like, okay, good talk. Good luck with the books. Better. Damn it. Not the talkie version. Oh no. They've congealed.
Fox Megazord.
Anyways, it looks like Lucas is going to have a conversation with caravanners.
Yeah. This is gonna go over and ask how if they're doing all right and if they're needing anything at first. And
Oh, we are doing fine, darling. It's a bit out of our usual activities, but, well, it's a nice change of scenery is what it is. Not to
I'm
mention,
glad.
all these campsite does have its own charm.
I'm glad you're finding the novelty in this at least.
And we're also preparing food for everyone, so if you're hungry, do come by to take a bowl.
That would be wonderful. I do have one quick question for if you could do a favor after this as a insurance. And Lucas kind of pulls out a letter that has Sapphire's name, and it's like, if it doesn't go the greatest, I've detailed some of the adventures greater for my. If you could just go visit and deliver this, I would be extremely grateful if the worst shall come to pass tomorrow. Well, I guess not the worst, but the personal worst.
Sure. But of course, there is hope you will be able to deliver it yourself.
I would hope I can, but even if I live, I have a suspicion that my patron might pull me immediately, given some of the deals made to get to this point. He does not seem like one for compassion.
No, I know the sort. Well, we'll be sure to deliver it. Don't worry about that.
Thank you. And he hands the letter over, and like I said, it is more in detail than the, okay, I'm just sending something quick off of, check, this is like actually describing what happened to Sapphire a bit more in depth with the details like Lucas wasn't able to include before.
Oh, Shiza, I just realized something.
Yes?
While they're busy having the conversation, I'm gonna ask them. Not really paying over attention to them, but it's more I need to get there. Squeeze by carriage, and I'm gonna go to the door. Nobody then close it a couple of times, hoping that eventually it opens up to the merchant's little tent. And I just realized he was going to offer a few extra things. I'm certain those extra few things are going to take some time to adjust or attune to, so it's better we get them now.
Well, as you open and close the door, nothing happens. All you see is insides of the carriage.
Oh, he's
However, everyone's attention is grabbed by a sudden flash of light. Give me a moment.
Oh no, our cover's been blown.
That's. Excuse me for a moment. That is special effects. Go. As a person appear, along with a sizable box of things. That looks like the place, yes. Right, everyone here made the deal with Peculiar. Have some deliveries to run.
Since when does he have delivered? Whatever, I'm not gonna question it. Coming.
I will.
Right, not everyone at once. Let's see, you little one, what's your name?
No.
Right, let's see. Yeah, and she passes you a very small box.
Zhao takes the box and scurries away.
Mm-hmm.
I hope nobody on the southern camp saw that. But no, we were put up east. Sure, we're put up east. The western camp saw that flashlight.
Right, next.
I guess I step forward.
Right, big and blue. Plato, yes?
Aye, that would be me.
Let's see. She takes out a sword-shaped object wrapped in like leather covering. Let me leave this one for you.
Okay. Not one for the marshals, but it looks short enough to work well with what I was taught, I suppose. Take it carefully. Drop it. Used.
Hmm. My job is to deliver.
Not the question. I know. Whatever pays the bills, it gets food on the table. Yeah.
You, the middle-aged one.
Damn. Old pilled.
I mean, because
Lucas steps forward. Lucas.
I knew I saw some gray hairs on him.
I mean, the facial hair definitely makes him look much older than he actually is.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just 23, but he looks much older than I
Yeah,
am, and I
also-
am 28.
Also, we're making the character in Hero Fortress, like, I'm doing do a little bit of grays in it it's some of the rabbit form peeking through, making him look old than he is, because that's funny.
Also, double pun.
Man.
Gray hairs. Rabbits.
Yeah.
Ah.
I hadn't thought
That's
of that
nice.
one, but
Does make him look 35, though.
I'm only about 5 years away from that. Ah!
Anyway. Right. There. She gives you was it a long case with just a long case.
Lucas steps in. Thank you for delivering. Steps back to open it so that Shovel can step forward.
Hmm. Next. Right, and you. Right, the special order. Where was it? Yes. She reaches down into her pocket and produces something that looks like a needle. Made out of some sort of crystal. Alright, let's get to it. The faster we start, the faster I am out of here.
I take the needle and quickly scamper away.
I am working an eyebrow at this. See, so I guess I got a pointy thing, you got a box. Not really. He just thinks a little bit. He thinks cultural wise. Again, he doesn't know really magic wise. It wouldn't show through the fur, would it? They'd use dye for that. They wouldn't use that tattoo. Ah! He just kind of sits there baffled, watching the fox and the delivery woman saunter off to somewhere obscure for a tattoo? Question mark.
So, where do you want it to be?
Just to arm.
Oh, you aren't gonna commit to the bit we heard out of character? I thought you said you were gonna get.
No. No.
Oh, you sure?
I'm not gonna get tramp stamp.
It would have been funny though.
It would have been incredibly funny. My loss. It takes some shaving, so the food doesn't get in the way of the ink. Still, tattoo is applied to you within the next 10 minutes or so. So just to move both of those to the side.
Yeah.
Now that would be, it wasn't the only teleportation that happens today. Give me a moment. As just in the exact same spot as those two leave, another flash of light appears.
My eyes! My eyes!
Yeah, sure, close enough. Now, where would as from this glow steps out a human woman, followed by the cauldron in the shape of a giant toe that seemed to move on its own. The figure, at first unfamiliar, yet very easily recognized by Lucas. Sapphire, yes.
I'm just giving the
Well,
most
you didn't
confused
make
look.
it easy. Hmm?
I'm just giving this woman the most confused look. I don't know them, but they haven't attacked, but they definitely made it. Can we help you? Did you take a left in ley lines, right?
No, I am exactly where I'm meant to be. Isn't it right, Lucas?
Hi.
The Lucas.
I haven't seen you in a while. Where's Rose?
Oh, don't worry, she's safe at home. I asked and unable to look over here.
Okay, good. That's...
Oh.
Well, I guess I won't need to deliver the letter to you afterwards, in case. I'm sure that you want more details, so why don't we go?
I try to quietly walk away from it. Backwards, like, oh, this is matters. That awkward. Not my problem. Not my wheelhouse.
Of course, there is much to discuss, especially with those letters of yours.
There's a lot going on, and I put as much as I could, and I remembered something about 25 words in a message, and I didn't know which one it was, so I wrote those with those expectations, and I don't know if I ever used one that had those limits or not. Look, hon, you're the one that's better with the whole magic thing. I've learned some from you, but definitely not the thinker between us.
And that's exactly why I'm here. If you go through with this whole army thing, shall be assisting you. Call to arms have been updated.
You should go back and make sure that Rose has family alive if this goes wrong.
No, do not worry, I don't intend to be in the front lines. You know my craft, I am much better supporting from behind the lines. Still, I must here to ensure that you return home.
I feel like this should be something that we talk about more with the thing. To get Rose back, I may have made the deal with the patron, with the Flesh Shaper to take her place.
What?
Oh, I just like.
No, it wasn't reaction to that, it was reaction to Luke's as well.
Lucas was kind of like scratching the back of his neck. It's like, so the Flesh Shaper had Rose, was training her as an apprentice. And since technically I'm one of your creations from the whole, transformation thing, I used a wish. First, I broke reality, but that's not important. I used a wish to then have the potential that Rose had, and, well, made the deal that Flesh Shaper would free Rose and take me as part of the deal instead. So now I'm bound to them instead, but...
I tried to punch the Flesh Shaper for it, didn't go well.
Right. Well, considering you never had deals with such Process, I guess that's the best outcome we could expect. Still, much to discuss. Which, do you mind if you have some privacy? She looks down at the Zug.
Hi, Zhao. What's this? Lucas kind of points at Zhao standing right beneath the feet.
He just scurries off.
Good talk, Zhao. That was Zhao. That's one of the other three in the prophecy. Let's go. Let's go talk. I'll give you the details.
Right. By the way, while the tokens are all here, look, I try to make them look like a family.
Not a bad job.
Thank you.
I will say
Here's
the wife looks
Here's a
halfway,
rose of
halfway to being a crone. You know, Lucas looks middle-aged, just not surprised. Matches.
Hey, that magic can really just age you sometimes. Okay.
She just needs a little touch up. She's got the jawline, buddy, up there in the ears.
Hey, that's my wife you're talking about.
I never said I had social tact. I'm an alcoholic.
Oh, let's see where to put you to.
Yeah, the camp's kind of cramped. If they want privacy, it's gonna be difficult.
To the married couple corner.
Sneak off.
I think my primary standing order, while we were waiting on more details about what's ahead, when we would actually formulate a game plan, instead of waiting it out, is I'm probably just going to be at the canteen enjoying my last day with my fucking taste buds taken away again.
Well, I can tell you that the main part of the plan will be formulated at the start of the next session. Because there's a lot to prepare. However, there will be another thing to discuss. So once you are finished talking with everyone present in the camp, the scholar would be awaiting you for the last conversation of the day.
Yeah, I think outside of doing meet and greets, where we have a common language amongst all of our troops, such, yeah, I guess we'd all convene with the scholar.
By the way, Fafik, you saw what I sent, right?
Oh yeah, now I see the chat didn't scroll down for whatever reason. Now, right? Excuse me? They definitely makes for a very interesting mix.
They should get along because the Dryads aren't meat, they're plant.
I love how that's a criteria that you emphasize.
Well, they can get along with others too. I mean, they do have a truce with the Dreamlands cats.
Yeah, they ain't going along nicely, have a lot in common to talk about.
Yay.
Ah, yes, woods, yes. Trees. Dreams. Ah, yes, not being made of meat, yes.
I mean, they
You
can
know.
also talk about the old wood.
Oh yeah, you know the old wood? Yes, of course we know the old wood. Such a swell guy.
Oh my god. He'll eventually leave them to their conversation.
Mm-hmm. Now, I hope everyone did check the last entry in the cult to arms.
I did.
Wait. Did I add it to a wrong? Excuse me. Why is it not there? No, it should be here. Why don't you see it? Why is it not on your screen?
See what? I see the Witch of Many Forms.
No, then that's weird. It's just on the stream. I don't see it.
There it is. I just had to reload the page.
Ah, there you go. She invited herself.
Ooh, that's useful.
Nice.
Also, Hero Forge really makes big arms.
Yeah.
It also makes weird legs.
Yeah, but then I guess it's the whole thing from because they are meant to be minis, so you know
Structure wise.
they have to be this way. Yeah. We are not sponsored by the Hero Forge. So Hero Forge, if you want to sponsor us, our contact information down below. Anyway. Mm-hmm. Just waiting on Lucas. The conversation sure was quite lovely. There was a lot lively. There was definitely much to speak about.
Probably
Yeah,
a lot of stupid
I'm
choices
just
they were
having-
arguing about.
Me as a player is just having a bit of issue seeing stuff right now, so I'm trying to get that fixed. But after getting chewed out by Sapphire for a bit, she'd probably be coming with him up to the conversation, to be honest. But
No, she's fine to hang out with other wizards. Hey, hello, fellow spellcasters. You do magic, I do magic too. Should I move you to where everyone else is?
yeah,
Oh, so I know, but sorry, I have to exclude her, otherwise it gets too complicated.
no
No,
problem. Like I
they-
said, it's just the boundaries being weird on my end all of a sudden. But
Ah, I see. Either way. Wait, where was she? Well, I already deleted your token. Anyway, first of all, as you approach, you see the merchant that brought your stuff also leaving the tent where the scholar is, before saluting you and disappearing in another flash of light. So a lot of frogs on this map. Anyway, that beside the point. Another thing you notice is that, oh look, Cracker now has a tattoo on his arm. Or would they notice? Cracker, would they not? Shovel, would they notice?
I have no idea how the tattoo looks.
Whichever way you like.
Yeah, they'd notice.
Good. What does it look like?
I don't know, claw mark. How about that? Make it simple.
Now you can
Highly
see
detailed claw mark.
highly detailed claw mark, and slightly glowing on the arm of Cracker.
I give him a odd look. Trying to make it so that way your body could be identified or something?
Helps me kill things easier.
He's just like a long pause. You can practically hear the gears turning in his head. He's, oh, it's magic stuff. It's always magic stuff. Magic. I just do things with my hands, people. Hands are all I need.
Claws work better.
I mean, claws are part of my hands. There's paws. Yes, there's paws, of course. How do you think I rip and tear people a bit? Speaking of which, like, oh, bundle wrapped it by this point. He's at the sword? Question mark?
Short sword.
Sword. Again, practiced these before, but well, whatever. An extension of the hand is still part of the hand, maybe.
Also, your respective items have been added to your inventories.
Woo.
Well, as I would ask you to pay your attention to the scholar right now.
I'm here.
Alright, everyone attention then?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Except for visual, yeah.
So yeah, now the game have disconnected you for whatever reason.
Now
As
he's
it-
trying to refresh to reconnect.
Ah, I see. Oh, I hope it works. As I said, my internet connection was suspiciously unstable today. I mean, good thing
What's
it
odd
all...
is it's affecting him, but not me.
And it's affecting both Firefax and Chrome.
Weird. Oh well. Anyway, Delta attention.
Yep, I just finished with my sheet. Oh, I'm front and center now.
Yes. As you all gather up, you finishing your talk with everyone else and preparing for what comes next. Scholar steps out of the tent, holding the similar wrapped thing that was similarly wrapped to what Delta got, although be it much shorter. One could guess a dagger, easily. Well, here we are. If we plan to start our assault tomorrow, discussing a plan is in order.
Well, I was planning on at least formulating some of that once we got reports from the scouts, the layout of the encampment below. But I don't know if
The overall plan of attack, of course.
well, we could get
However,
broad strokes, yes.
However, there are some things that could only we talk about. You remember the Legend of the Starblast, yes? They use the artifact given them to their respective gods to seal away the Laughing Prince.
I remember, yes.
As you can imagine, we do not possess such power in our hands currently. Nor do I have time to formulate another arcane formula to re-seal him.
So whatever we do, it has to be final. Even though the last team that dealt with all this crap probably couldn't. So the dysfunctional ones, the ones we are having to do that. Oh boy, this is a big thing on our plate.
Yes, I'm afraid it is. And there's only one solution I can see. He needs to be dealt with once and for all. However, it's not that simple. Just like many fiends, slain on the material plane, he will simply be reborn in hells after a year or two. By that time, well, it would be very hard to track him down, and if he does return to his form before we manage to locate him, who knows how many fiends he will manage to absorb before we actually do. So that is not an option.
Do we have anybody who can do a planar shift then? We strike him almost all the way down and then dump him into his own dimension before we land the final strike, and thus his soul is fully vanquished, right?
That could work, yes, but I'm not sure how well it would go over.
Better than no idea.
I know how to shift planes, but I won't be able to transport everyone there. And it's hard to tell how much force will be needed to put him down. So I came up with a different solution. He unwraps what he has in his hands, revealing you a pristine blade. It is a short dagger, which does look somewhat unassuming, really. This is... it's called Bloodline's Bane. A very powerful weapon, but it comes at a difficult price. If someone of the same bloodline would cut their blood relative with it, it would not simply kill them, it would tear their soul in pieces. There will be no plane to move on to, there will be no god to collect it. The utter end thus is.
Problem though. I think you're the only one who is of the lineage that could do that, and you're scratching.
That is what I'm counting on. For it does come with a heavy price. For the wielder of the dagger does suffer its effect as well.
Almost
Cracker's ear flattens.
almost seems shameful to toss yourself away, or have you toss yourself away after all the work we put in, trying to put you back together.
I understand, but for the preservation of all the planes they are, it's a sacrifice that must be made. Which does bring another uneasy part of the plan. My brother is not yet unsealed. And of course we could. But the army will drive away the Fiends and allow us an easier access to the fortress, to the temple, where we will find the wizard and may even stop him before he unseals my brother. Yet, the world is full of lunatics who would follow any fiends who promises them power. Dealing with this wizard won't be enough, as you can imagine. Someone will always find it to replace him.
No, but if we manage to get the jump head start to get rid of them before they're fully unsealed, that means we could sit there and figure out what to do. At least a few minutes of breathing room. Instead of having to throw you with the dagger at him. Okay. Always look on the bright side of life. Trying to sing this one.
Copyright claim.
I sang poorly enough that we didn't bother.
What I propose is the army will drive away the Fiends. We fight our way into the temple and down to its catacombs where my brother is sealed. We fight the wizard, yet surrender at the reasonable point so it doesn't look suspicious. We let him to finish his ritual, use Kraken's blood to unseal my brother. He spent there so many years, he will be weakened even without his might. And that's when I will strike.
Well, we better hope that this wizard isn't part divination.
I'm sure he isn't. I would have known. Each Arcanoloth is born with some innate talent. My talent was far-seeing.
Precognition?
Recognition, yes. One of the reasons why I led the Star Blessed to seal him initially. I used to support my brother, but I saw that after his reign there will be nothing. I usually see some version of the future, for it's always changing. But then there was nothing.
Okay. It is your choice to do this. Again, it is not to our wishes. Watch yet another life be squandered and think of all this, but if you believe this is the only way to handle it, then so shall it be. I am ever growing tired of the amount of cost higher office on all of us.
Think about it this way. If we prevent him being sealed, there is no telling when another wizard may follow in his steps, and maybe he will accomplish it before somebody else will stop him. In a year, maybe millennia, but it might happen. And who knows if anyone will be around to stop them at that time.
Just because I must bear the weight of our troubles does not mean I am not allowed to air my grievance about it. I know at this point, me returning to any sort of formal, normal life at this point is long gone. I think I dreamed of being ostentatious, spectacle that was spoken of, and now all I want to do is just go hide in a cave like a fucking hermit and not have to deal with any bullshit from reality anymore. Okay, I'm getting lost in my own self again. Whatever. Your plan just sounds sound. Is there any other plan we could come up with?
Just waiting if anyone else has anything to say about it.
Lucas looks solemn at it, and he's just like, I would be hypocritical if I tried to stop you from making sacrifices that I would have made to accomplish my own goals. Though I do wish it wouldn't be needed.
I wish that too. Yet I'm afraid it's the sole solution I see. Not to mention I did. This dagger is not easy to come by. I have to trade my gift to that peculiar merchant for it. Not that I would have any use for it after it.
So, trust me, we all have our own debts on the table. I think I'm a little queasy from enjoying the banquet. That's the last time I'm gonna be able to taste a damn fucking thing for a long while.
And for that I am sorry.
Yeah.
That so much weight have been put on all of you.
The grand scheme of things, me losing my taste buds is a lot less than you losing your second chance at life. Don't mind the drunkard bitching, okay? I mean, he's just over it. Crackers. He's losing his fucking voice, which, in this grand scheme of things, that really sucks. It really sucks. Him, points to Lucas, is like, he quasi selling something of value, I suppose, but society's getting progressive. Maybe.
Still my sense of self to a degree.
Are
You guys
not
have
both
seen
sides
less of it.
Are not both sides of you yourself at this point one and the same?
Yes, and losing half of that is half of myself.
There's still
Even if
self
You've
there.
seen less of it given our proclivity of combat.
If anything, as with everything that goes through pawn shop, magical or otherwise, I'm certain it can be bought back at some point or tracked down. Whatever, if we can get it back, it'll be made. I mean, I lost my taste buds once. I'll probably back again. Maybe. I don't know. Or maybe I'll just be done with all this bullshit and actually genuinely go monastic. Cut the booze. Just go live in a cave. No, I don't. It seems alien to think of what will happen after all of it. It's not illegal, but illogical to think that we're. Not like thinking we're going to go to the doom of it. I'm still pretty sure we can, but it's a coin toss. Who's
Quit calling doom upon us, please.
I'm tired, jaded, frustrated. It's fine. I want this all to be over. Let me put it this way. I want it to be over. I think that maybe also, to break the fourth wall a moment here, I think I might be getting player bleed. Oh my god, we've been at this for a year. I'm glad we're getting close to the completion. Fun. But it doesn't help that we're towards the end and my ADHD medication has already dropped 2 stages. This last stretch is going to...
Well, just need to put all the attention we can possibly muster for the finale. Either way, anyone has anything to add to anything?
At the request of being told to shut up and stop doomsaying, I don't think so on my end. I think I would, if not required for anything, go find myself a corner to park in and take a small snooze until the cat's henchmen are back to tell us of what actually played out there.
I'd think that Cracker would have no words and that would definitely show the irony of his deal, and all of his emotions would be shown through his body.
I like to think that Plato would actually catch up on this and look over and say, "Now is not the time to be silent. You can be silent after all of this mess. If you're gonna, it's weird when you being quiet. Throw insults at me or something. I don't. Who are you?" Whatever. Barrel's comfy. I know from text alone, Zhao is being the quiet, silent type, realizing they skipped out on all the deals.
Eh,
He's thinking about things.
I'm sure everyone here have a lot to think about. With that said, well, if anyone, since no one has anything to speak against,
Nope.
I shall retire, and I suggest you do the same. We will discuss the rest of the plan in the morning.
Lucas nods and is like, says very well, and then like heads off to just go sit next to his wife. Even if the conversation is way over his head whenever they talk, they're just gonna.
I just noticed the slight tragedy our setup. Everyone has their family or a rough equivalent with them on this whole escapade, and there's just this drunk, failed monk with not really any social connections, just piled against a barrel. Damn.
And a
Mhm.
catalog. His only family connection is the guy that they need to go kill.
Okay, I suppose, but
You can say it was Sal set up very well, wouldn't you say? Story-wise.
Zhao is actually going to approach the Arcanaloth at some point and ask him, well, basically engage him in a private conversation. But before then, you'd probably see him kind of wandering around the campsite, talking to specific individuals and seemingly looking for their opinions on things on something specific without approaching the other party members. What that's going to be about is between the DM and I. So Fefik will be getting messaged.
ooh, back table talks.
Ooh.
And then the only last thing to mention, as the scholar retires to his tent, you could swear, you as a communal, you could swear you could see the hand with which he holds the dagger tremble a bit before he disappears into the tent.
Not surprising. Sometimes facing your own fate is very difficult. Why some people are not meant to be premonitionists.
Especially since such fun thing about premonition, you usually can't see your own fate, so that's the irony of it.
Or you can and it's worse, depending on the story.
No, so yeah, that's...
Well,
Then you go mad trying to escape it.
Well, I mean, on a serious note, and partially pulling from an ARG that I was watching recently, seeing your own fate can also drive yourself to madness. Looking, there was this one scene in this video I was watching about an ARG, like the Tower of Babel, pulling out a book and seeing your life story in this book. You skip ahead to the now and then realize, oh god, future stuff written. See your follies, your failures, your eventual death, and you can't change it. You know you can't change it. It's already written. That.
Oh, hey, look,
fucks with
this
your
page
head.
says I read a book and go insane.
Yeah. I mean, actually, the ARG also had a page saying, "Oh, you're not even reading this page, but you know what's being written. You can't deny it any further." It's real creepy shit. But yeah, knowing your future isn't actually all it's cracked up to be.
But then again, depends on how does one approach it. Some can be more at peace. Either way, that's that then. Well, I presume whatever I would be speaking of with others and the scholar would be in private, yes?
Yeah.
Alright. Then you can just type me like a whole list of whom you ask what, and then I'll just type you our answers when I wake up or when I'm at
Yep,
work and
I
such.
probably won't send it tonight because honestly, I've been feeling sick for like the past several hours. But
Alright.
you will get the message soon.
Alright. Right, and with that, unless anyone has anything to say,
Nope.
alright. With that, we finish today's session. And, well, see you in 2 weeks for the grand finale.
How
Huzzah!
exciting.
This is the insert of the nifty gift. We're all gonna die!
That's. I mean, that remains to be seen, honestly. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and see you in 2 weeks.
Night.
Bye.
Bye.